Hello students, I hope that you people are safe and healthy at your home. In the last lecture, we have started with the agricultural finance. What is the meaning of agricultural finance? What are the needs of agricultural finance? ये हमने देखा था. With that, we have seen what are the sources of agricultural finance. In that, we have seen there are two sources. First is the institutional sources and another one is a non-institutional sources, right? After that, we have seen cooperative credit society, what it is, how they provide loans, and what are the functions of cooperative credit society. So today, we will be doing the next content, that is NABARD. NABARD is nothing but the National Bank for the Agricultural and the Rural Development. That this is the full form of NABARD, right? Here it is a very most important development in the field of credit, and it was set up in the July 1982, right? Then it took over all the functions from the RBI related to the rural credit. It means here this NABARD has taken all the functions from the RBI to provide credit to the rural peoples, to the farmers, right? Then it is also known as the Apex Banks. Apex Bank in the rural credit. So sorry. Next, the ARDC is merged with the NABARD. As we have explained earlier that this ARDC is nothing but your ARDC's Agricultural Refinance and Development Corporation. These are ARDCs merged with the NABARD, this National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development. Now these two merge with each other and they are again providing credit to the farmers. The main headquarter of NABARD is in Mumbai and there are different 16 regional offices in the country. पूरे इसका मेन ऑफिस फर्स्ट मेन ऑफिस मुंबई में है और 16 रीजनल ऑफिस कंट्री में है. Okay, and they provide refinance to the commercial bank, to the state cooperative bank, and to the regional rural bank, which is the next point to here. इतना समझ में, this is nothing but the introduction of National Bank for Agricultural and the Rural Development, right? Next, what are the functions and the roles of NABARD? The first function is refinance. NABARD provide refinance. Again, it providing finance to the apex institution, to the institutions which are engaged in agricultural credit, to the commercial banks, to the regional rural banks and the cooperative banks. And it acts as an apex institution which they are going to provide finance to this institution, to the institution which are directly or indirectly engaged in the agricultural sector, right? So that these banks or this agricultural credit can provide loans to the farmers at the very low rate. The next function of the NABARD is the monitoring rural credit. NABARD supervises and monitors the working of the central cooperative banks. In that, they are going to see that whether these banks are working properly or not. If I'm going to provide them loan, so they have whether the loan is being the loan is being provided to the farmers or not. So they are going to see the working of Central Cooperative Bank, SCB. SCB is nothing but your state cooperative bank, state land development banks, right? Etc. RBI, RRB, commercial banks, right? And then they are going again, they are going to monitoring the agricultural credit department. So this monitoring has been done by the agricultural credit departments. Okay, so this was the second function and the role of NABARD. ये जो मॉनिटरिंग वाला सिस्टम है, सो ये सिस्टम मॉनिटरिंग कौन करता है? एग्रीकल्चर क्रेडिट डिपार्टमेंट. क्यों मॉनिटर करता है? बिकॉज दे हैव टू सी दैट इफ वी आर गोइंग टू फाइनेंस refinance these banks, they are actually providing loans to the farmers or not, right? So that's why we are doing monitoring on the rural credits, that the farmers exactly get the loans or not. Next, they provide short term finance. NABARD provide finance in the short term finance to the state and central cooperatives banks, commercial banks, and the regional rural bank, that is RRB. Right? So they are going to provide short-term finance for 18 months. Right? They are going to, matlab, up till 1 month, till 18 months for 1.5 years to meet the working capital requirement of the farmers, to meet the, to meet the working capital to day-to-day expenses for the cultivation, for the crop loan, for the purchase and the distributions of the fertilizers. So they have used this state cooperative banks to again help the farmers in this services or in these areas. Okay, next, medium term loan. Now again, NABARD is providing medium term loan for a period of 18 months to the 7 years. Now the period has been extended. Now this loan will be provided by the state cooperative banks and the regional rural banks. These medium-term loans are provided for the purchase of shares of processing society and also for the conversion of short-term loan, crop loan into medium-term loan, which are being affected by the natural calamities. Flood आ गया, right? Landscape हो गया, earthquake आया. So the things which are being naturally, right, due to उसके negative effects से, right? So they are going to help. So the medium term loan are going to help that farmers which have been affected by the natural calamities in the process of purchasing of the crops, right? Sometimes they can convert short term finance into the medium term finance. Okay, and the last one is not the last one, but in the loans, long term loans. So NABARD provide long term finance to the commercial banks and the cooperative banks. So they provide loan from 7 years to 25 years, right? And the bank in turns finance investment in agricultural. So they are going to invest this finance in the agricultural, such as purchase of land and development of land, etc. Right? हमें long term loan कितने साल के लिए है? 7 to 25 years. For what? To again finance in the agricultural sector through purchase of land and development of land. I hope you are clear with this content. Okay, these are the three: short term finance, medium term finance, and the long term finance, which are the basic roles and the functions of the NABARD. With that, we have seen the 2-1 refinance and monitoring rural credit. So the next role for the the next role of the NABARD is loan to the state government. Now this NABARD is going to provide long term loan to the state government for a period of 20 years. These 20 years will not exceed to 22 to 25 to 29, 30. It will be exactly for the 20 years, right? So here the state government subscribes to the share capital of state cooperative banks, development banks, and regional rural banks so that they can get a loan from these banks by subscribing their share capital. Okay, but ये 20 years से exceed नहीं होगा. Next one is the, so sorry, I think I forgot your animations डालना, शायद मैं भूल गई हूँ, so sorry for that. The next point is a research and development. NABARD has maintained R&D. R&D is nothing but the research and the development funds to promote research on the agricultural, rural development, right? So that we can find what are the problems faced by the farmers, or what are the problems in while developing the rural areas. So if we get the problem, so we can find some or the other solutions for that. Now, such research and development funds helps to design and develop the project that can generate rural development. Again, मैंने बोला कि if I'm going to find the problem of it, so that if the problem is been found कि problem exactly कहाँ development में आ रही है, cultivation में आ रही है, either they are not providing the loans to the farmers, what are the exactly problem. Once I come to the problem, so I can find the solution for that, I can find the alternative for that, so that I can generate a rural development over there, new techniques of cultivation, right? So this is the one of the role of NABARD. Next one is the training. Here NABARD provide training to the personals of the bank engaged in the agricultural sector, right? First of all, they are going to provide training to the people who are working in the bank so that they can change their attitude, they can change their skills, that they will think that the agriculture is nothing, right? This is one of the drawback which we have seen in the institutional sources, right? So here we are going to give them training, we are going to give them skills, we are going to give them the knowledge, we are going to change their behavior towards the agriculture sector, so that now this training will help them to again encourage the agricultural farmers, right? जो वो फिर अभी इनका point of view change हो गया, इनका attitude change हो गया, इनका skill change हो गया, इनका behavior change हो गया है, right? So now this employee, yeah, we can say a person who are working in this banks, now they are very familiar with the farmers. They are now they will be very now they are going to tell farmer that you can take a loan for this. Now here the scenario has been changed only by giving them training, by improving their skills, so that the agricultural sector or the farmers can get the credit on the right time, so that they can do cultivation at the right time. As well as with this, they are going to improve or develop or generate rural development in that area, so that this will increase the efficiency of the farmers while getting the loans at the proper time, while getting the good qualities of seed at a proper time, right? So again, this training will again help the farmer as well as in both the terms. First, in the terms like their attitude has been changed, again giving the loan at the right time, that will increase the efficiency of the farmers, that will again improve the productivity. Okay, next one, the last one, the roles of the roles of NABARD, right? Now the roles of NABARD is NABARD finance rural development activities such as irrigation projects, road constructions, etc. So here they are going to finance this rural development so that through proper road construction, through irrigation, they may not, the farmers should not face any kind of problems. They should not face any kind of hurdles while cultivation or giving the goods, while delivering the goods to the market. Through this, they are going to generate employment in the rural development. through irrigation projects, through road construction, through different modes, right? And these development activities will be financed by commercial bank, state cooperative banks. Again, they are saying that through this, through irrigation projects and through road construction, again we are going to generate employment for the people in the rural development, so that their standard of living can be increased. So the finance for this activity will be provided by the commercial bank and the state cooperative bank. I hope you all are clear with the introduction and the roles of NABARD. So I'm moving ahead with the NABARD and the agricultural finance. In this, the first point is the microfinance. NABARD take keen interest in promoting microfinancing to target and finance the poor section within the rural economy who have been ignored by the institutional agency. NABARD क्या बोलते हैं, जो institutional agency से जो हमारा जो weaker section है, right? Weaker section we can say the farmers belong to small or the marginal farmers, right? ये farmers जो होते हैं जो institutional agency जो बोलते हैं ignore हो गया था, so we are going to promote them. We are going to take them as a focus. So here they are doing this with the microfinance. They are going to target only the poor section, means uh, the farmers belong to what I can say, sorry, farmers, small farmers and the marginal farmers. Okay, next one, Kisan Credit Card Scheme. This Kisan Credit Card Scheme was introduced in 1998 and 1998-99 to facilitate short-term credit to the farmers, right? ये लोन हम लोग गवर्नमेंट ने स्टार्ट किया था कभी 1998-1999 में to provide short-term credit to the farmers. This scheme has gained popularity and implemented by the 27 commercial banks, 183 central cooperative banks, and 144 regional rural banks, right? With this, the government has also introduced a new scheme that cover the accidental death or permanently disability of the farmers, right? Which hold Kisan Credit Card Scheme. The person who hold this credit card scheme, right? If by chance there is a permanent disability of the farmer or an accidental death of the farmer, so they will be given maximum amount of 50,000 to 25,000 respectively. Okay. So again, this KCC, that is Kisan Credit Card Scheme, was again revised in 2012, where they have introduced Kisan Credit Card Passbook, right? Which has been replaced by the ATM. The passbook was there in 1998 to 1999, which has been replaced by the ATM. Now, the farmers don't have to go to the bank. They can take their amount from the ATM machine by just swiping it. Okay. Now, here, the farmers will be bound and eligible for the time. Matlab, here they have to be very specific with the time bound manners. Okay. So this is the 2 point for the NABARD and the agricultural finance. The next one over here is a cooperative development fund. This cooperative development fund was introduced in 1993, and the main objective of the cooperative development fund is strengthening the cooperative credit. Here, strengthening the cooperative credit institution so that they can provide. Here they have to just उनको strength करना है कि they are going to provide credit to the farmers, right? In the area of organizational structure, human development structure, and resource mobilization. So they are going to provide credit in these areas, right? Next one, there is a self-help group scheme. Okay. Now this self-help group scheme, this was activated by the NABARD to promote and linking more and more self-help group to the banking system. Abhi, what is this self-help group? This self-help group is a group of people, is a group of rural people who belong to the poor family, right? So now जो लोग पुअर फैमिली के हैं, ठीक है, तो वो लोग अगर 4-5 लोग भी थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा इकट्ठा करेंगे तो नाउ हियर दिस इज अ ग्रुप वेयर दे कैन डू, थोड़ा तो पैसा आएगा, माइक्रो यूनिट्स आएगा, दे कैन सेट, so they can start a business at a very micro level. Understood? So here this business is going to start at a very micro level, which is being again financed by the poor people in the rural areas. Okay. Now the bank provide finance to the self-help group at the very low interest rate, right? So again here they are going to provide low rate of interest, that is 6.5% per annum, right? And even sometimes they can also put their money in the bank so that they can also get a proper loan for that. Here the main part over here is that the people should belong to the below poverty line. यहाँ पे जो poor families बोला गया है, it means what? The people should belong to the below poverty line. NABARD provides 100% of refinance assistance to the bank at the interest rate of 6.5% per annum for financing self-help group. Now, this NABARD is 100% it financing, right? Financing to the banks to help this self-help group peoples, right? That the poor section peoples. And the last one is the refinance under SGSY, that is Swarna Janti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, right? NABARD has issued operational instructions to cooperative banks and regional rural banks with regard to the implementation of self-employment project under this SGSY. So this was issued by RBI to the commercial banks, right? Now what they have done is they are going to finance the people so that they can be self-employed under this SGSY scheme. I hope you people are clear with the NABARD. You are clear with the roles of NABARD. And the last one topic over here is the NABARD and the agricultural finance. Now here my agricultural finance chapter has been completed. If you have any doubts, right, you can just mention in the comment section so that I can clear that doubt. I am going to put this PPT in the Google Classroom in the next lectures when my marketing chapter is being done. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to put this tomorrow, right? And from the marketing one, I'm going to put it that one as a separately. Okay. So that you can be very familiar. In this PPT, just see that I have written the key points over here. मैंने ना पूरा sentence नहीं लिखा है. I have written the key points, the words which are very 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 important. I have not here explained something. मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ full statements वगैरह नहीं लिखे हैं, बहुत कम लिखे हैं. बाकी the point and the explanations are something like that which you cannot, मतलब you have to just frame a statement. These are the just key points for that. अगर मतलब एग्जाम से पहले अगर आप रिवीजन करोगे तो अगर पीपीटी पढ़ोगे तो दैट विल बी अ वेरी ग्रेट हेल्प टू यू. ओके, सो नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट. Okay, sorry, these are the last one, the suggestions for the agricultural finance. The first one is the extension institutional credit. Here every institution, every institution that give loans to the agriculture sector has to extend their credit in terms of amount and in terms of the time. So they have to provide credit for everything. They have to provide the credit for the all purpose. That is for the consumption expenditure, for the marriage, for the minimum expenses, for the death or some kind of ceremonies they have to celebrate like. So they have to provide this type of loan to the farmer also, right? And they have to extend the credit time as well as the amount also. Next one, they have issued Kisan credit card scheme. So this Kisan credit card scheme that has to be issued to the all farmers, right? So this has to be issued to the all farmers with a highly ceiling of credit, and this card should also available for the consumption purpose too. There should not be any difference between any kind of farmers, at the rich farmers, small farmer, poor farmers. This scheme or this card should be issued to each and every farmers, right? And this is, they should provide low rate of interest. These are the suggestion to the agricultural finance so that farmers can get advantages of that. So they may be facing some kind of this issue, right? So low rate of interest. Now they have to charge a very low rate of interest to the small and the marginal farmer, because these farmers are from the poor section. They are not able to produce that much so that they can sufficient, मतलब उनका basic consumption भी नहीं हो पा रहा है. They are not unable to produce that much also. So the whatever may be the depository rate, if you're going to charge the rate of interest for these farmers, it should not exceed more than 1. For example, if the depository rate is 5, so your interest charge should be max to max 6, not more than that. Your percentage should not be more than 1% over there. Understood? Next, there should not be no collateral securities. Why we have to force farmers to put their land? Because, right, we always say कि अगर आप land दोगे तभी हम आपको लोन देंगे. अगर जिन farmers के पास land नहीं है, वो क्या करेंगे? It means they won't get any kind of loans. So if they won't get any kind of loans, so how they are going to cultivate? So here, somewhere or the other, there should not be no collateral security. We should not force farmers for the security purpose. If there are few farmers who does not have own lands, so they should be given loan as of not in terms of a free. We can tell them once the production be done, so we are going to take it. Any kind of, but don't force for the collateral security purpose. Next, there has to be crop insurance. Crop insurance will ultimately, it will benefit the farmers if farmers have taken insurance of the crops, and by chance agar the crop has been destroyed by any of the natural calamities, or it is being stolen by someone else, so even they can get the cost of it. They are going to lose everything, right? वापस से उनको सब कुछ खोना नहीं पड़ेगा. They can get some kind of amount from the insurance company so that their risk factor will be lesser in this. So the insurance should be made compulsory so that farmer, कम से कम farmer को cost तो cover होए. So the farmer should cover the loss through this insurance. Even the premium amount should be low. The premium amount should be low, the amount which we are paying to the insurance part, or which I'm paying to the banks for the insurance, right? And the last, not second last one, there should be minimum formalities for granting loan by the financial institution. Actually, poor, marginal, small farmers, because they are very illiterate. So they face actually much problem because they don't know anything. So if we are going to minimize the formalities by the financial institution, so then they are going to be मतलब एक bond होता है, right? So if the formalities are less, so the people will be coming to the financial institution rather than the non-financial institution. I hope you're clear with this. So we have to reduce the formalities by granting loan by the financial institution so that the farmer should not face any kind of hurdles or the problems. Okay. And the last one is strengthening the credit cooperatives, right? We have to strengthen the credit cooperatives. It means we have to give credit to the farmers at the right time so that they can produce seeds at the right time, they can do cultivation at the right time, which give them more and more productivity. Okay, so these are the suggestions for the agricultural finance. I hope you are clear with this content. So now here my agricultural finance chapter is been done. If you have any issues, let me know. Okay, sorry मैं थोड़ा suggestion भूल गई थी, मुझे लगा it's been done, so sorry for that. Next, we are going to start with the agricultural marketing. As we have seen in this second module, the chapter has been started with the National Agricultural Policy 2000, where we have covered everything regarding the productivity, regarding the price, regarding the finance, regarding the marketing part, right? So in this policy, we have done in the next chapter, we have done agricultural pricing, how we have to set up the price for the agricultural products, right? Then we have seen the finance part, and the last one is the marketing. It is very, very important content, or we can say it is a very, very important in the agriculture sector for the marketing, because they don't know what exactly the marketing is and how they do it. The farmers don't have much information about the marketing scheme. So we have to help them in the marketing so that they can earn maximum profit from the productivity which they have produced for which they have produced. Okay. So I'm going to start with the introduction part. Agricultural marketing refers to all the activities involved in the transfer of agricultural products from the producer to the final consumers. Okay. So यहाँ पे क्या बोला है, यहाँ पे आपका simply बोला है, it refers to all the activities. I am producing the products, right? From the basic, I'm purchasing the seeds. From that stage till the product is being handed to the customer, that all activities are involved in the marketing process. Okay, so now we have already learned in this in the marketing chapters, but here we have to see as per the agricultural product. सेम कंटेंट है, मीनिंग सेम है, बट वहां पे जो गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज होता है, यहाँ पे हमारा एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट, वी हैव टू स्पेसिफाई with the agricultural products. Okay, next one is the it include marketing include storage, transport, grading, processing, and final sale of the product, right? So here it include everything which is necessary for a product from the consumer to the final customer. We need warehouses, for that there is a storage. We need a transportation to take goods from the warehouse to the customers, right? We need a grinding process, right? If I want to change the seeds has been converted into the rice, the different crops, right? And the finally the retailer will be selling to the product. Now they have two options. What options? So sorry, either the producer can directly go to the market and sell the product, right? So he may or she may get proper price, or either he or she can sell to the intermediaries, that is a middle person, right? Next, price depend upon the organization of market. This price depend upon the organization of market, what kind of market it is. So they have to exploit, right? They have to avoid the exploitation of producer as well as consumer. It means what? एक मार्केट में मैंने क्या बोला है, एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट इज द रॉ मटेरियल फॉर द इंडस्ट्रियल गुड्स, फॉर द इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर आल्सो, ठीक है? So we have to keep a price in that manner that the consumer should not face any kind of loss. The amount should cover the cost of the farmer, as well as the price should not be higher for the producer, because if the price is higher for the producer, the final goods and services produced by this producer will be high. Again, there is an increase in the price. So again, the situation will be again a worst. So here we have to think so much to decide a price, because we don't have to exploit both of them, the producer as well as the consumers. Okay, next, what are the essential of the good market? If it is a good market, what should be the facilities the market should provide them? First of all, holding capacity. This holding capacity means farmer should retain his or her production to get a remunerative price. इसका मतलब क्या है? Farmers को अपना production अपने पास hold करके रखना है जब तक उसको सही price नहीं मिलता अपने product का. The farmer should not sell at the lower price due to any reason. If the farmer have loan, right, and if there is a middleman, we have seen in the financial or the pricing, right, if they have the middle person or the agent or the commission agent or the broker in that, so they all उन्होंने पहले एडवांस दे दिया होता है, but we don't have to sell our production at the lower price. Here the market should have the holding capacity of the production of the farmers, right, so that they can get a proper price for their output, what they have produced during the period. Okay, so they don't have to sell at the lower prices, any of the reason whatever may be. So a good market essential is the holding capacity. Next one, there has to be a proper storage. Storage means warehouses. Now the market has to be provide facilities where there is a storage system. Warehouse hona chahiye, so that there the things which can be avoidable like wastage and spoiling. The goods should not be wastage and should not be spoiled only because of not having a storage facilities. And again, the farmer should not sell because they don't have a storage facilities. कभी कभी farmers के पास घर पे जगह नहीं होती तो लोग कभी कभी बेच देते हैं. वैसा सिचुएशन होना नहीं चाहिए. अगर वैसा सिचुएशन होगा तो अल्टीमेटली हम लोग कहाँ पे आ जाएंगे? अल्टीमेटली हम लोग आ जाएंगे कि तो उनको लो प्राइस पे सेल करना होगा, which is again loss to the farmers, which we don't have to do. Next one, we have to provide transport facilities, right? There has to be good transfer of surplus produce to the village or the town market, so that they can the goods can be available at the right time. Then there has to be direct access to the market. Now the agricultural should go to the market to sell the commodities. There should not be any middleman, or there should not be any agent in between them, so that they can exploit the farmers. Farmers directly जाके market में अपना product बेच सकते हैं, right? They have that much access in the market, but only this middleman agents are exploiting the agriculturists. They're exploiting the farmers to not to go to the market, right? अगर market में जाएंगे तो उनको सब पता चलेगा कि कौन से product का क्या price है, कैसे बिक्री होती है, क्या होता है, right? So a good market will never tell farmers don't come to the farm, don't come to the market. They will always invite farmers, because with them we can distribute the goods and services in the different markets, right? So we don't have to exploit them. We have to decrease the middleman from the farmers to the consumers. And the last one, there has to be proper communication. There has to be proper communication between the market and the farmer. There has to be proper communication between the government and the farmers. There has to be proper communication that farmers should not each and everything about the cultivation. And it is one of the important element for the effective marketing. It is very, very important element for the effective marketing. Farmers should know the information related to the goods and services which he or she is producing, right? Then what market information, market में क्या चल रहा है, they should be knowing what exactly market is, how market function, everything. So this communication is one of the very important for a good essential. अगर उनको कुछ मालूम ही नहीं है तो वापस से वही चीज हो जाएगी लो प्राइस पे. If they know that information, then they can come to the market, they can sell, they know about the price, so then they can earn the good profit for their output. Okay. फिर यहाँ पे वापस से आपके फार्मर प्रिवेंट होते हैं एक्सप्लॉयटेशन के लिए. I hope you are clear with this introduction of agriculture marketing and the good essentials of a good market. So we are going to do next content in the next lecture, right? I hope you people are safe and healthy at your home. God bless you all. Thank you so much.